sound too much. Chosen one, I don't ever get too far. And my mama said I'm special. If I don't trust you, shoot your metro. Future looking bright, nigga, got that glow. Professor X, nigga, all the gifts I show. My life like a movie shot off the hit show. Me and Bless hands make a bitch get low. James Willis, DJ CEO. Dave hit record, now we on beast mode. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Hit Show Podcast. This is the late night show, and we're going to ruffle a few feathers tonight. Because the subject below is Kevin Samuels. And I've been wanting to talk about this, but I'm sad that I was not able to talk about this till after he died. So for y'all that's watching, to my left, technically to my left, Daryl Richards is back. At the bottom, you got Chef Darius Jackson of the Hit Show Podcast. You know me, James Willis CEO from the Hit Show Podcast. But let's get into it. Now, everybody that's watching on any social media platform, share this, please. Like and comment. I'll be reading off the comments tonight. we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels. The biggest thing that bothered me about Kevin Samuels was the fact how people were happy when the man passed away. And I kind of felt like the people that were happy that he passed away could not accept accountability in their actions. You should never celebrate someone's death. That's just wrong. Especially if you don't know them personally. How can you be happy someone passed you never met, you don't even know, just because of his content? I think that's just plain wrong. So for the people that's watching this, that's going to get mad when we speak tonight, you're just going to be mad. Because you should be ashamed of yourself celebrating a man, especially a black man's death. Celebrating a man's death because you didn't like his message. I don't like a lot of people's message, but I would never celebrate their death. That's just wrong. You don't have a heart for somebody? How can you just celebrate somebody's death? That does not make. I can see if he was a bad person to the world and he did no good. What he was trying to do was bring black families back together by telling men and women, this is what you need to do to find a person for you. That was it.
Well, let me explain something. Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. The biggest lie I know that ever been told to black women is don't stay for the kids. Most black women tell other black women, don't stay with him for the kids. But then they allow black women to leave and then paint this picture that I do anything for my kids. So you'll do anything for your kids, but you won't stay with the person you had kids with. See, Kevin Samuels said a lot of things that black men was thinking, but they just choose not to say because the black woman is so aggressive, and it proves it when he died.
Well, this is the thing. I do have to agree that you shouldn't stay with anybody just for the kids. Now, I agree with that because sometimes two people just ain't gonna work.
They shouldn't have had kids together.
But I got to be honest. I agree with that. I got kids, and it didn't work out with their moms, but it works out better now because we co-parent. And I feel like I'm the type of person where I feel like
the best thing you can do for your child is stay with your child's parent.
Absolutely not.
True.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
because
it is.
You're raising the kids in a toxic environment. That's
well,
not
you choosing to be toxic.
No.
You gotta act like adults and have self-control.
No, it don't always work. You can't force something that's not there. I don't agree with that.
I'm sorry, I do. I don't care. You got to be more careful who you lay down with. But if y'all can be not toxic, now that y'all separated, y'all could have been not toxic when y'all was together. Y'all was just too immature, and you wasn't doing what was best for the kids at that time.
No, people grow apart though. You can't force two
All
people.
this is all that's that fairy tale shit. See, people grow apart and all that. See, that's all that selfish talk. No, you got to do what you got to do. A man that don't pay his child support can make them all the excuses in the world why he don't pay. All that is fairy tale talk. You got to do what you got to do. You got to get up. If you don't want to get up and go to work, if you don't want to pay bills, you will lay your ass on the streets. You can't make excuses for everything. The best thing a person can do is stay with the child's parent. Because nobody love a child like the parent do. Now, it's special cases, but 9 times out of 10, a stepfather is not going to love that child like the real father is. And then women say, when a woman look at me right in my eyes and tell me that my child is always going to come first. If I was the father to that child, that would not bother me. But by me not being the father to that child, I'm like, shit, what the fuck I'm doing here then?
But you know
I
what?
agree with you. I agree with you, but I may just be the 1 out of the 10 because, or not the 1 out of the 10, but dealing with the 1 out of the 10 because I got a stepson, and I know for a fact I love my son more than his daddy loved him. But that's rare because I know can't nobody else love my kids more than me though. So I feel you on that. But the the 1 out of the 10 men that they are out there though. So there's a reason for stepdaddies and they are needed. But I agree with you. Ain't nobody gonna love you more than the actual biological parent.
Well, I'm just saying
You know
it's
what I'm
rare.
saying?
I'm not
It's
saying nothing
natural.
that's impossible. I'm just saying it's rare. The best thing,
Rare.
the natural shit that you're supposed to do is get with a woman, marry her, have a child, have a family, never get a divorce, and now you did your part. You did your job. Now, to say everybody works out, I'm not saying that. But you did what you're supposed to do. Ain't no guarantee that child gonna be any better than it will be if y'all separated. But you did what you're supposed to do. But the problem women have with Kevin Samuels is most of these black women are full of shit. And it proves it by the reaction you got from when the man telling them the truth. Now how you know they full of, most of them, not all, I don't speak for all, most of them are full of shit. And the ones that know what's right, they keep quiet because it's girl power over everything.
Yeah. So you think with watching the Kevin Samuels show, the men can accept what his message better than the women can.
When you know what? That's true.
Go ahead. Hey, listen, if somebody told me right now, when a man go to the restroom and take a piss, it's better for a man to stand up than to sit down. Mother, no, you can sit down and take a piss too. It's easier to take a piss sitting down. Okay, now you know I'm a man. And if a woman said that to you, be like, oh, just forget it. Let her just rant. Men mostly let women just rant. But Kevin Samuels said, no, hell no. We ain't finna let them rant. We finna tell them what's up. And we gonna keep telling them what's up. And we don't care what they say. We gonna beat them with common sense and logic. And that's what he did. I haven't seen one woman that stepped to him with that bullshit they've been running and been practicing that defeated him in a fair debate. They made a fool out themselves and they tried. And the rest of them just got with other women and talked shit on his name, even though they didn't step to him. That's coward shit. And a woman is not built for war. She's not built for war. So she gonna go get some girls and just talk amongst them and be over them on their level. She's not gonna step to a man that can defeat her in debate because she knows she'll lose her whole tribe. Like for instance, I gotta be honest. I had a situation recently, right? I met a girl on blackpeoplemeet.com. Okay. And when I met her, we both on here we both single, we both looking for people. So when I met her, I said, hey, how you doing? She said, I'm doing okay. I said, listen, We could talk. We talked on the site for about 30 minutes. And I said, hey, give me your phone number. I wanna keep in contact with you. She said, okay. So I got her phone number. I hit up. I said, hey, this is me. She said, oh, okay. And then what I did was this. I gave her a call. She didn't pick the phone up. She said, she texted me back. I'm at work. I get off at 11 o'clock. I'll call you when I get off. I said, okay. I didn't expect her to call me when she got off 11 o'clock at night. So I let one day go by. She didn't call me when she got off. The day went by. And then by the next day, I told her straight up, I lost interest. I don't want to talk to you no more. And then she texted me back, what's up? Why? I said, because you don't respect this. You don't appreciate the opportunity I'm giving you. And you don't value me. You sitting on a dating site saying you're looking for somebody. And now I'm trying to talk to you and I'm getting bad results. You're full of shit and you go on about your business. What you think about that, James?
Well, the date. This is the thing about the dating sites. When you're on a dating site, 90% of people are lying. 90% of people are what they're looking for. They're bored. They're not. They just put that shit up there to make it look good, to see what they can catch. So I don't take people off dating sites seriously about anything they say, especially the ones not looking for hookups or nothing. Why are you on the dating site if you're not looking for a hookup? It doesn't make sense. Everybody's looking for a hookup. If you're on a dating site, that's what it's for. So I don't take none of them seriously, no matter what they say on that site. Because to
what you
me,
think?
everybody's lying. Men and women both. They all lying.
Darius, what you think about what he's saying?
My whole take on the Kevin Samuels situation is I feel like he speaks to an audience, like a demographic, right? Even with male and females. Males might have been smaller because, I think he even said out his mouth when he was just specifically talking to men, his videos wasn't doing good. They wasn't going viral. And you know why? Because men tend to listen and won't question, especially if you're like challenging them on something. Because men tend to like a challenge more. That's how we are. That's how we built. And like you said, women aren't warriors. They're not built to go to war. There have been women warriors in the past. Not to say that's not possible. You got your shield maidens and up with the Vikings, and then you got your the warriors from the African tribes that were women and stuff. But at the end of the day, that's not what they do. So it's just different aspects of how you taking this information in and how do you want to kind of address it moving forward. And I feel like when Kevin was addressing men and talking to men, they wasn't taking it to heart or taking it personal. And once he started talking about women, his shit started taking off because controversy sells. And women was taking that shit to heart, taking it personal. And I feel like his demographic was narcissistic women or women who were insecure. Those were the two type of women he would get to call in. Women who are kind of secure in themselves and had their own shit going on, like they know where they stand. They know they're high value women. They probably know all the things he's already saying and gonna say to them because they have had accountability with themselves in their life. So they're not even challenging him. The women that's calling him is the women that are like kind of insecure, on the fence about what's going on in their life, having baby daddy issues. They got something going wrong and they kind of don't want to just have no accountability. Like, all right, this is me. Those are the women that are calling in and fucking going at him because he's telling them to have accountability and they don't want to have it. So I feel like Kevin Samuels was needed. His delivery was trolling at times and like kind of it could be demeaning, but for real, that's what some of these bitches needed. That's how they had to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, ain't you not gonna learn better than the fire burning your ass? Somebody could tell you it's hot, it's hot all day, but ain't nothing gonna show you more than you touching it and that shit burning. You could see that scar, everything.
Right.
Like, I don't know if y'all familiar with the saying, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Kevin Samuel was. No pain, no gain. He was just trying to have these women grow and men, because he was addressing men too. So that's all he was. And I feel like for people to celebrate his death and act like it was I saw some people saying like God struck him down and all this other stuff, but like I feel like God sent Kevin Samuels here.
God
I feel
sent
like
Kevin Samuels like
he had
God
a
do
powerful
everybody.
throat chakra. Yeah,
Like anybody
he
that's
sent him
unfit,
down here.
Go ahead.
God's
Yeah.
going to send you somebody and give you the
Yep.
opportunity to change your way before he destroy you. Hello? James. James.
Yeah, I'm right here. Keep going.
Man, you got to do something about this shit. This shit is too goddamn ragged, man. Who running this shit? The Little Rascal Clubhouse? It's too goddamn
the stream.
ragged, man. They got
I
to do something
told
about
you
this
I was
street
coming
yard
right
shit.
back. Y'all was conversating.
I know, but something just happened. Okay, look, there's a gap right there. Check that
I'll
out.
tell you what happened. It's a real conversation, and we got haters watching, just like
Ain't no haters. Hey,
it's
James.
nothing
Okay.
but haters.
All right, let me say this. Let me say this about Kevin Samuels. And I got to say this. He right. Kevin Samuels did things sometimes in an immature way. And sometimes he was Kevin Samuel was a guy that he needed therapy himself because he get an attitude and get mad and overreact. He didn't act like a man sometimes. Sometimes he act like too feminine. He just not gay, but just a man don't behave like that. Like just saying nasty stuff. Who the fuck you think you talking to? And that's not what men do. Men kind of like we're a little different in that. If you ever come across a real man, I know what people are saying. I know why he got the response he got. Don't get me wrong, but they overdid it. Celebrating his death and all that. Now y'all overdoing it now. He wasn't that damn bad, and all you doing is making people
Wasn't that bad?
support him more.
And y'all gotta have common sense to know he was an entertainer, so he had to kind of feed into that shit to make his show like. For people to celebrate him like he was so mean and demeaning and evil, he really wasn't though. He was a smart ass and like condescending kinda. That's it though. He wasn't out here calling people fat bees and all this other stuff. I don't think he called people out their name, did he?
Sometimes.
Did he? Oh, okay.
It
I didn't know
wasn't.
if he
It
was calling
wasn't.
girls the B words and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes he did, but it wasn't on the regular. It was not on the regular. Now Tony Sotomayor, he say whatever the hell he wants.
Some women be bitches, and some niggas be bitches.
And they know it. They ain't stupid.
And they know it.
See, look, one thing I don't do is this. I don't debate with women. What I tell a woman is this. A woman get to say, I said, do you got a man that's claiming you? If she say, yeah, I said, I want to debate with him so he can teach you. If you submit to him. Since you submit to him, he your man, I'll debate with him and me and him have a debate, and then he can bring back the knowledge to you. I'm not going to debate with no woman, especially if she got a man. Because when I tell her certain things, she ain't going to like it. And I'm going to end up having to whoop his ass because that's his woman. You know I'm telling the truth. I don't debate with women that got men.
No, because if you debate with a woman that got a man, she's gonna justify all her wrongdoing and say, "Well, I got a man." No matter what you say, she's gonna think you're wrong just because she got a man. But if we flip that, men don't do that, but men and women are different. But I wouldn't debate either, because it's not gonna be a fair debate. And the thing is, you got to debate with people who are open-minded. There's women that are open-minded, but if they're
men and women do not think the same way.
No, but you have to still debate with an open-minded person. Otherwise, it's not a debate. You can't debate with somebody who's not even open-minded. They're closed-minded about everything. It's not even a debate. It's like you just talking to yourself.
That's how women are. Look, James, listen, James. I could put 100 women in a room and say some wrong shit. And be like, girl, I can say some wrong shit. And I'll be like, if one woman in the room say, I agree, the rest of them will look and say, girl, I agree too. Shit, I know it ain't right, but I agree. They all will say it. You take and put 10 men in a room You put 10 men in the room and say something wrong. And like you just said a minute ago, it's 3 of us. And you just say, I disagree. I disagree. A man is not going to agree with a man because he's a man. He's going to agree with a man because he's right.
Well, of course.
Women going to agree because we girls. Kamala Harris was not the best candidate for president, vice president. They didn't give a fuck. She's a woman, and we got to support her. And her and Michelle, they're making looks and doing stupid ass shit, doing the inauguration like it's about her. It wasn't never even about her. But women said, she deserved her chance. No, she don't. Not when she locking up black families and black people in Oakland, California. But they don't care about none of that. She was a woman, so we got to give her a chance. That's what I'm saying. And they still ain't admit they was wrong for giving her a chance. They just get quiet. And like things happen.
That's why Kevin Samuels was needed in the black community so much, because what he was doing was holding women accountable and men. He was holding both accountable. And when I spoke about this last year, when we first started the podcast, I kept saying to have better relationships and families in the black community, we have to accept accountability. If there's no accountability, it's going to keep getting worse. Look at that. Look at it now. As soon as it warm up, what is it? Hot boy summer, hot girl summer. Don't nobody want to be together. Everybody just want to mess around. You know what I'm saying? That's the anthem. You know.
Well, wait, James. What Kevin Samuels also did was this. He made men not want to be stepdaddies so quick either. See, women always had 9 lives. They can go make a baby. And 9 times out of 10, a black man will come along because he's so desperate for some pussy. He'll come along and take up the kid and help her out. And she'll be like, this a package deal. No, what Kevin Samuels did was he was like, no, you need to go talk to your child's father. The best thing you need to do is stay with your child's father. Now, a man might be a stepdaddy, but you got to step up and earn him as a stepdaddy. This ain't just some shit that you gonna go around here and fucking with losers and bringing their babies to good men.
Yeah, right, exactly.
He was right about that shit because we had a bad case of that.
But it's the thing.
First
on that part,
fucking stepdad.
That is men's accountability because they keep doing it. I've been there, and I'm not doing that shit again.
I'm never doing it again.
But men, we can't just blame the women because the men are willing to do it.
Because most of these men was raised by single parent mothers, and they feel like they saving their mama.
All right, boom. There you go. That's a good point. So, did y'all both have y'all fathers in y'all life?
Yeah, my father was in my life.
All right, so me personally, I ain't had no father. I never had a father. So, anytime I get around a young child and I've been around them and I see they daddy ain't around, that's my kid now. Like, that's just how I am. Because I know what it was like to go through that shit and I had no fucking daddy. So I feel y'all on that sense, but it's like somebody got to step up and do it if they daddy ain't gonna do it. So the women need to do what they got to do is
they got to pick men that want to be fathers and give them kids.
That's it. They just
that's why I'm so pissed. I'm so
them,
pissed because women don't want to give me no fucking kids, and I'm a good father. They don't want to give me no kids. They don't want to go on a date with me. They don't want to be with me, and I'm a good father. Let me tell you something. The men that's good fathers don't have kids 9 times. Women won't be with them. They won't date them. They want to date a nigga that's out here thugging and out here doing shit and lay with him and give him as many babies as they can and then say, oh, he wasn't shit, and then come to us and expect us to take care of him. I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm not. It's obvious that's what's going on. They lay with the worst niggas, have all the sex the nigga want, do all the nasty shit, and then when he walk away, which they knew he was gonna do, they come to niggas like me and say, oh, well, you'll make a good... Look, I was a stepdaddy before. I was married for 10 years. And the reason I stuck around so long is because when that little boy was 3 years old, he went to daycare, and he told me, I want a daddy, and I don't have a daddy, and I really want you to be my daddy. and I don't have no daddy. And my friend in daycare, he got a daddy he could go see. My mama told me I don't have a daddy, and I didn't have a daddy. And my friend had a daddy, and I think that I want you to be my daddy. He didn't know what he was saying. He didn't know nothing about how sex worked. He didn't know how relationships work, but he was just saying he thought he needed to pick a daddy. He thought he could find a man. He's so ignorant, and she got him so off in the world that he thought that one day he could find a man that's a good man and say, "You're my daddy now," and I got a daddy like my friend got. That's how, and that shit broke my heart when he told me that. And I said, "I'll be your daddy, and I'm gonna marry your mama, and I'm gonna do everything a man's supposed to do, and I'll be your daddy for now. You can call me dad for now." And let me tell you something. Listen to me. Me and that boy was like this. Then I had a stepdaughter. Me and her was like this. And then I had my own son. I got one child out of the deal. Then I had my own son. And it was a beautiful thing. But let me tell you something. On Father's Day, but let me tell you something, though. On Father's Day now, I don't get a call. I don't get a card. I don't get nothing. And I don't expect it. But that's the mama's fault. Because she's supposed to say, "No, me and Daryl don't get along, but he raised you up for 10 years. You need to call him and see how he's doing, at least on this day." That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm not doing that shit no more, because these women are not teaching these kids, whether they step kids or legitimate kids. You only as good at them when you with them. They don't make you call your stepfather. They don't make you call your real father on Father's Day. So that's why I'm not doing that shit no more. This is not about the kids. This is about a grown motherfucker situation. And we got to go ahead and admit it. A lot of these women are fucking rotten, and they need therapy. And some of them don't need to even be mothers, let alone with anybody. Kevin Samuels wasn't wrong about that.
No, he wasn't. But what he did, he brought that to light. And I know a lot of women didn't like the message. But if you listen to him, he was giving them free game. And this is how men look at you. If you weigh this much, you look like this, you have this many kids, you don't have a job, and you want this kind of man, because men are faced with the reality of, if we look a certain way, dress a certain way, we don't make a certain amount of money, we weigh a certain amount, too short, we have to face reality. And all he was saying is, women, y'all have to face reality just like men do. And that was it.
All I'm saying was this. I told my sister, don't lay with nobody that's going to leave his kid.
Oh, of course not.
She like, no, listen. She like, what you mean? I said, do you think the man you having sex with right now, if he got you pregnant, will he stay and beat up for his kid, or will he leave? I don't know. I said, you do know. You do know. Will he stay? She said, nah, he in the streets. I said, then what? Don't give him no kids. Leave him alone. Let him go to the streets, and don't give him no kids. Gave him kids, and now they kids don't have no fucking dad. And they feel like the black man is so replaceable, and he's so gullible and such a fool that I find another one. It ain't no big deal. I just get another one. I put this pussy on another one, and I get another one. That's how they feel. They don't say it out loud, but they feel that shit. And I'm telling them no more. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not never doing that no more. You gonna have to. That's why I tell you. That's why I said in the beginning of this conversation. A lot of women telling other women. I'm not talking about men, because men don't say this as much as women do. Don't stay with nobody for the kids. A lot of women are telling women that. That's the stupidest shit you could tell a woman, because she gonna have a hard time raising that child by her damn self. But don't stay with nobody for the kids. If you didn't sit and gave this man the greatest gift you can give a man, and you telling your daughter or your sister, don't stay with him for the kids. That's like telling me don't work. Don't go get a job and get your 401k when you retire.
But people always don't work out.
That's childish.
But it's the truth. Just because people have raw sex don't mean they need to be together. That's not true.
Do you hear yourself?
It's the truth.
That's childish.
The women I made kids with, we didn't work out, but the best thing for us to do is to co-parent. You do not want to force something that's not there. Especially
you did force something that wasn't there when you made the child.
But it's toxic for two people to be together trying to force something.
Nah, you gotta live with your decisions sometimes, James.
It's toxic. I'm not doing that shit. If I don't want to be with you,
hey, wait a minute. My son don't live with me. I did the same shit, but I know right from wrong. I want it better for the next generation.
Well, that's where Kevin Samuels is coming in.
You saying you trying to tell me that I'm not talking about men. I gotta be honest. I'm talking about women. Let me tell you why I'm talking about women. Because that man put that baby in your ass. You gotta give birth to that child, and you gotta take care of that child for 18 years, and you gotta figure out how to take care of that child. You should get with a real man before you have a fucking baby.
That's what he's trying to tell them. The ones that ain't got the kids yet, they need to pick a better man that's gonna be around. But for the ones that already got them, I mean, women
they
still
need to humble themselves.
Women still can find good men with having kids.
Before we go further, though,
they gotta humble themselves.
We gotta be fair. There do be wolves in sheep's clothing, though. Some niggas do play the part up until that point.
Of course.
Where they about to have that.
All right, here we go.
So
here we
go.
We'll be fair aspect of it. This gonna be the Civil War.
You got a lot of. I agree because you got a lot of men out
here. Go to Civil War. Y'all ready?
Because listen,
go ahead.
You got a lot of men that'll make babies but won't take care of them. That I never understand.
Wait a minute. Here go the Civil War. Here we go. Listen. And I'm gonna say this again. Women are too picky. Look, people like me and James. I don't know about you, Darius. People like me and James have a hard time even getting a woman to call us the fuck back. So I ain't giving them no excuses when they go and make a baby with a nigga that ain't shit. They too fucking picky to use that excuse. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I know it's sheets and I know it's wolves. I know it's wolves in sheets clothing, but women would not give your ass a time of day if they do not like you. They is not that naive, brother. They are real good at making sure good niggas don't get no pussy. They are real good at that. I talk to black men all the time in the barbershop. It's not easy to fuck a woman no more. So that ain't even gonna work.
I gotta disagree with that one. I gotta disagree with that one. I don't know. I gotta disagree with you on that one because it ain't hard to mess around with somebody. I don't think that's hard. You just gotta be yourself. That shit ain't hard to me.
Listen.
And women are like us at the end of the day. They get horny and just want to have sexual partners too. So shit happens, and I mean, just got to be smarter when the shit happens and you having one night stands and unprotected sex, and you end up maybe going too far with a person you just want to have intimacy for that one night with, because we are human. We do have sexual desires. Sometimes we fuck up, had that raw sex, and boom, you got a baby with somebody that you ain't really want to have a baby with now. So what the fuck do you do moving forward?
You move forward. I understand that. But it's more of a woman's responsibility to protect her womb than it is for a man.
That's why you make them put on a condom. You gotta make them put on a rubber. If you know this fool probably ain't gonna stick around, make him wear rubber. It's just plain and simple.
You gotta protect your. Listen. If a man was digging up ditches all day and he had mud on his boots, and he get in my car, and I told him I'd give him a ride home, he get in my car, I'm gonna put some plastic down before he get in my fucking car. Just protect, because it's my car at the end of the day. That's her womb. She gonna have to have a baby out that mug if things don't go right.
Yeah.
So we gotta stop acting like we ain't living in a This is a real world. We gotta start acting like we ain't living in a real world. I don't feel sorry for women. I used to. I stopped because I didn't see the way they sabotage good situations. I don't feel sorry for them no more. When I was 20 and 19.
How about
But this is what I'll say.
I don't feel sorry no more. I used to feel sorry when I was 19 and 20. I don't feel sorry no more because I realize how much effort they try and how much effort they put up to fight against good men and the child support shit and all this stuff they do to destroy good men. I don't feel sorry for them no more. If they land with a nigga that's no good, 9 times out of 10, they like something about him. I remember a time when girls would run around and said, I want a thug. Right to my face telling me they want a thug. And most of the men start becoming thugs, acting like thugs, or even pretending to be thugs to get with a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not feeling sorry for them. You wanted a thug, you got a thug, he gave you a baby, tough. Take your ass to the projects and get whoever you can help you take care of that motherfucker. It ain't gonna be me. I don't give a shit. It ain't gonna be me because I got with a woman that had a thugged out baby daddy. And you know what ended up happening? I ended up going to jail. She ended up giving him some pussy when I wasn't around, and I ended up going to jail, and she was my wife. And she did that. She gave him some pussy. I went to jail because me and him went neck and neck, and it didn't benefit nobody. And now I'm not even in my son's life, fucking with a chick that knew what she wanted out of life. So I'm not talking about no shit I think. I'm talking about, I only talk from my experience. I speak from my experience. I don't speak about no fucking rumors. I'm speaking from my experience. That man didn't have shit.
So
he didn't have nothing. He wasn't doing nothing with his life, but she just felt that she needed to give him some pussy.
And
no matter who married her, who took care of her, it didn't mean nothing, huh?
That was a big thing Kevin Samuels on a few of his call-ins with the women that had, you know, a child from a previous relationship. They got with somebody else, and the person that did them dirty, they still messing with. And he was bringing that up like, that's really not smart, because if this guy, the one that you're with, is doing everything he's supposed to, and he kick you to the curb, then you're pretty much shit out of luck.
There's always another sucker.
Yeah.
Most of these single parent mamas that raise their boys, not all, but most of them that raise their boys to protect women, to always be there for women, and to be no disrespect, to be a sucker. Because every boy want a man to be treated better than his mama was treated. I remember when my stepdad came around, I didn't want nobody else touching my mama but my dad. But I had to goddamn get over it. I didn't want look, it's only natural. I don't know how y'all was, because I know we all got different situations. All three of us got different situations. But when my mama divorced my dad, I didn't want nobody touching my mama but my dad. And when that man was kissing my mama and hugging on my mama, that shit made me sick. Because that's just a natural thing that a boy gonna feel when he have his father in his life. I didn't want nobody. I didn't want nobody to deserve my mama but my dad. But at the same time, I had to get over that shit. And that caused a lot of psychological damage to a lot of males. They don't say it, but they do. So, you know what I'm saying? It didn't fuck me like that, but I'm just saying, like, it's just like something that you have to get over.
Well, with Kevin Samuels, right? That's what he was also saying when he was letting the women know how men judge you, right? He was telling them that if you have more than one kid by somebody else, right? The men look at you as less value, especially you have more than one by more than one baby daddy. He said every time pretty much you have a kid by somebody else, your value goes down. Now, a lot of people don't agree with that. And he wasn't trying to down talk them, but he was pretty much telling them how men look at you, how the majority of men are going to look at you that are top tier men, the high value man that you want that has any option, he's going to look at you as less value. Just like he was telling the men, if you make under X amount of dollars, you ain't got a place or car, you can't even afford to take a woman out to eat, the women are going to look at you as less value. Right?
That's right.
So the biggest thing when people are watching the show and calling in, they were not accepting the accountability. He was telling them how the other gender views them and the way they look at them, not how you feel about yourself. Because you can love yourself. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself and feeling special. But when you want somebody else to love you and feel special, you have to know what they think about you, because you can't just love on yourself. You got to think about how somebody else looks at you. And that's what he was breaking down to him. And
you know something, James?
Yeah.
The worst feeling ever is when you've been good to a person and they look you in your face and tell you you ain't shit and they didn't ask you to do nothing and fuck you. You shouldn't have did it. You stupid to do it. That's the worst feeling ever. Especially
it happens to men every day. It happens to us. It happens to decent men all the time. It happens to women too.
I don't date a woman. You know what the first thing I ask when I'm with her? I tell her, you got to choose me. And they be like, what you mean? I say, you got to choose me. You got to tell me I choose you. And if you don't say that, I don't really want to be with you. Because a man don't choose shit. Women choose.
Yeah.
You could be dating a woman for years, and she could be like, I'm just with this motherfucker because he got this. I'm just with this motherfucker because he got that. But when she choose your ass, you could be married and she'll give you that pussy. She could be married and she'll give you that pussy. You gonna not have nothing. She'll take care of you. Do not underestimate the ism. You understand? Do not underestimate that shit. A woman must choose. If she don't choose, you better leave that bitch alone. Tell you straight up.
Women do choose though. They choose every day. But when they choose, I always say this. Women choose by what they need at that time. Whatever they're looking for at the time is what they're going to choose. It doesn't. They're choosing for the moment. Most don't choose for the long haul. They're choosing for the moment. What do I need right now? Am I in love mode where I want to love somebody, or am I in survival mode? We did a podcast last year on love versus survival. What are you in a relationship for, love or survival, or both? But with the world the way it is, you know, it's more of a survival tactic. Now, the women that were calling in on the show weren't looking for love. They're looking for top tier men for survival. That's how I watched the show. The women that called in were looking for, he got to make 6 figures. He got to have this. He got to be able to take care of me and all my kids. Which is, if you're looking for a provider, fine. But there's providers who make 50 grand a year, 60 grand a year. A provider don't always have to make 100 and providing is just not finance.
Let me tell you something, Jane. Let me explain something to you. I'm gonna give everybody on your podcast a game. Daddy girls make the best wives.
Okay.
Women that had fathers in their lives, they make the best wives. And let me tell you why. Because they had a man around for no reason. Any girl that had a father on child support and their father come see them sometimes, they usually don't make the best wives because they had a father around because they needed something. And when they wanted something, the only time they call them. So they treat me in the same way. Like, if I need something, I get it from this nigga. Or he got to make this much money to even be around me. So that's why daddy girls, if you ever talk to a girl, first question you ask her, what's your relationship like with your father? When they answer that, they're going to tell you a lot. Either she'll need therapy, or you got to earn her trust, or you might as well just leave her alone because she only gonna use you, and she only gonna try to take advantage of you because she only see men as somebody to protect her or to pay her. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, like I said earlier, she gotta choose you. She gotta say, "I want you." You can't want her. You can't like her more than she like you, or you in trouble. Because there's a lot of men sitting around liking women and someone's going, oh man, she nice to me and all this shit. But the whole time there's another nigga she want. She gotta want you. She gotta choose. That's the one thing a pimp told me when I was young. And I was laughing and shit when he was talking.
What if she choose you just for the moment?
Huh?
What if she choose you just for the moment?
They don't do that. If they
Yes,
choose
they
you,
do.
no, listen. If they choose you, I mean, really choose. Have you ever had a woman that really liked you?
Yeah, of course.
No, not because you liked her. She liked you. When she
Yeah.
seen you, she liked you.
Yeah, but I didn't like her as much as she liked me, so.
That's the one you should have been with. And y'all know I'm telling the truth because you didn't been. Look, I had this chick named June. I used to pull up to her house. She'll run outside and jump on me and start kissing all over me. That shit used to get on my nerves. But that's the woman I should have married because she'll run out there and just straight jump on me and just be so happy to see me and once start smiling and she just would anything I wanted her to do, she would do. And then she had a dude that really liked her. She wouldn't do none of that shit for him. He like, man, she don't do this. She don't do that. I said, oh, she don't. He like, no. I said, oh, okay. Please don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? hey, you know what I'm saying? But I never forget that. I learned something. She chose me. She liked me. She chose me. She said, that's my man. And I don't give a fuck when nobody say that's my man. I'm down for his ass. I should have married her instead of marrying my ex-wife. Because my ex-wife, I had to convince her to be with me. And she had 2 goddamn kids. I had to convince her, hey, this was best for you. You got the kids, and I want to be here for the kids, and I want to help you out. This is what's best. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do you right and all that shit. And she said, listen to me and go along, but she didn't choose me. And I know better. I'm just telling the brother because it's too late for me. I'm just telling them. Daddy girls make the best wives. Get with a woman that choose you, man.
Now, I agree with that part. Daddy's girl's going to make the best wife because they respect men. And the same for women. When men, I'm going to give y'all some free game, okay? Men that don't respect their mother are not going to respect you as a woman. And women that don't respect their father are not going to respect you as a man. It goes both ways. That is a red flag. If you see that, men and women, stay away from that person. That is a definite red flag.
They need therapy.
Yeah. But it could be a reason why they don't. Maybe the mother and father abandoned. It's a reason behind everything.
It don't matter. They still need damn therapy.
Yeah. I'm not saying they don't.
It's a reason Anakin Skywalker turned to Darth Vader, but the motherfucker needed therapy. Shit, we ain't gonna sit here talk about dig into the past. Ain't that right, Darius? Shit, you see the Clone Wars?
We talked about
Have you
this
seen
other
the
day on
fucking
TikTok.
Clone Wars? He was the best Jedi in the damn galaxy. Turned into an evil motherfucker. We ain't gonna sit there digging the past. Oh no, it's a reason. Fuck the reason. Shit.
That's the only way. If you're gonna be with that person, you gotta find a reason and try to fix it. Because you don't want to be with a miserable ass person that don't respect you. That's terrible. You gotta find the reason why. It's a reason.
Listen, James, I know you gotta find a reason, but don't play on the reason.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying fix it.
Ahsoka almost got killed trying to goddamn figure out how Darth Vader turned so fucking bad. Fuck it, he bad. Ain't nothing I can do. Get the fuck away from this motherfucker. Shit, you gotta understand that shit. When I meet a woman that's fucked up and start crying and hate men and licking girls' pussy, and I hate men and men ain't shit, I'll be like, you know what? Hey, this ain't gonna work. She was like, I like girls, and I don't want to. I ain't explaining shit. Fuck niggas, all niggas. I said, oh, you know what? Yeah. All that. Get the hell away from my ass. I ain't finna.
That's why Kevin Samuels was needed, because a lot of the women that called in on his show, when they can't get that high value men, they say, you know what, forget all men. And what do? Go to women. Now they pretending to be gay. And they really ain't gay. They just can't get what they want.
That's such thing.
Most, I gotta be honest. Not the bash, not just be honest, but most women that are gay ain't really gay.
I know.
They just mad at me. They're not gay. You can't call yourself You can't call yourself gay if you've been in 13 relationships
And got a
4
damn
kids.
kid sitting at her
Right.
foot.
They be
2
capping.
kids and shit. I hate this. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Just
You
had a
sure?
baby.
Hey, come in this room. Let me show you something right quick. She gonna come out with a mini skirt on to my son. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something right now. I
But
hear
you
all
know-
that bullshit, and I'm like, I don't like men. I'm into girls. You sure? Yeah, with a smirk on their face. Okay. And you
But-
got 3 kids. You got 3 kids, but you're into girls. Yeah. You hurt. Shut the fuck up. Stand over there. I'll be with you in a minute.
Kevin Samuels was breaking all this down.
Yeah, I know.
They were using women as an scapegoat to accept accountability for either choosing the wrong guy, or they really never liked the guy and they were trying to get something out of him, or they did like the guy and he did them dirty. So now I'm going to women rather than, go to women and use it as a scapegoat and say, now I'm gay and I don't like men. Which you love men, you just either were hurt by one, or you don't know how to treat one, or you can't get the one you want. And you use being gay as a scapegoat.
Jada Pinkett wanted Tupac,
Well,
but
we
she
know.
didn't want him. She didn't want him when he was young in high school. She wanted him once he started lifting weights, and he got all them tattoos, and he fucked Jasmine Guy. He went on a different world and fucked half the cast, and she heard about it, and then she wanted him, but Will Smith wanted her, and she been miserable her whole fucking life. Women will fuck up everything when they don't get the man they want. Listen, I'm telling you something right now. The next chick I get with, she gonna have to choose me. If she don't choose me, she ain't getting shit.
But see, the thing is with Jada Pinkett, right? Even though she didn't want Will Smith, she chose the high value man.
Exactly.
That's
But
what
she was a
did.
low value woman.
It don't matter.
I know.
Women choose. It don't. They can be low value. Women do.
Jay wasn't a low value woman. She just got a toxic attitude.
That's low
'Cause
value.
she wasn't low value. She had her own
If you're
money.
not
She
right
had her
here,
own hustle. She intellectual. She was beautiful. Know what I'm saying? Jada was the
She was
shit.
pretending.
Pac and Will wanted her ass.
Yeah.
She was pretending. That little boy came in there and she heard all them songs and how nasty he talked, and he got tattoos everywhere. He told that ass. He told that ass up. Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, dude, he told that ass up like government cheese.
They said Will Smith used to be scared of that nigga, man.
I
That's some
know.
bullshit.
He was in the house. He was in the house. That nigga was
That's
straight
I don't
cold.
know why. Nothing against. I respect Tupac, but I don't know why niggas was scared of him like he was a real thug. That nigga wasn't no thug.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah,
about.
wasn't.
It wasn't about him per se though. It was just about his persona and what came with him. Know what I'm saying? You know,
And he will
Tupac
fuck
wasn't
your
no
bitch.
thug.
He will fuck your bitch. Everybody know that. They like, man, he'll fuck your bitch, and every bitch will do it too. They love that nigga. Women, for some reason, women love Tupac. They love that nigga. I don't know what it was about. They really love that nigga. And the hardest niggas love Tupac. The real hard niggas, they love Tupac because he talked to him. He said, I'm talking to y'all because we come from the same place. They love that nigga. And he was a love person. He only could live so long. It's only so long you can live with that much love. That ain't a balance. That's not a balance. Michael Jackson was loved too long. Michael Jackson was loved too much to live so long on this earth. You was privileged. This earth is balanced. It ain't no privilege. You don't get no damn privilege. You gotta have a rough childhood or a rough adulthood. But if you get a certain amount of love and that much positive energy coming towards you, you ain't no God. So we gotta take you off this planet. You ain't God. He was loved too much. I went to an island in the Philippines that only had 40 people that lived there. And no motherfuckers knew who Michael Jackson was. I'm like, damn. Everywhere I fucking go.
So let me get back to Kevin Samuels. I feel like his death, he was set up because he was covering too much ground in the black community, and he was giving them the damn recipe, all the ingredients to pull the black community back together, and telling
Fuck
men.
that. We talked about all that shit. You right. I wonder if this nigga got killed. Like,
Yeah, he was murdered.
they
Yeah,
keep saying that girl was a nurse that was with him, and I don't think she was a nurse. Like,
She
I
would
think
have
she was just
saved
like
him.
she was just like a healthcare worker or something. Like, and if she was a nurse, like you said, she could have saved them, or she might have experience on what type of cocktails or what type of combination of medicines to put into somebody to make something look like something that might be natural. Know what
He
I'm
was
saying? Like,
murdered. He was fucking murdered. Everybody talking about,
mhm.
he had cancer. He was murdered. The man was in top of the line shape. His doctor say he was one of the healthiest men he ever seen at that age. The man ran 4 miles a day. What the fuck you mean? A heart attack? Get the fuck out of here. The man
we
was
know he
murdered.
was set up.
Huh?
We know he's set up.
Yeah, he was murdered.
This is a black man
Yeah.
telling black women, you have husbands in your neighborhood, you have policemen, firemen, city workers right here in your neighborhood. He was trying to say, marry these men, put the community together, make babies, stop having baby mamas, baby daddies, demand marriage if you get pregnant to the black community. That's what he was preaching. That's what he was preaching. Bringing
And that shit'll get your ass killed. Because the black woman is the white man's lieutenant. She his greatest weapon. The black woman is the white man's greatest weapon to keep our ass below the damn, keep our wealth low. We don't have enough money to actually fight them on the economic level. She is their weapon. Child support, all the other shit she pull on your ass. Keep you. It's like being at a barbecue trying to get you a damn piece of chicken, and a fly keep flying around, and you keep fanning at it, and you never get to the damn chicken. And the motherfucker on the grill laughing the whole time because he got all the chicken right down in his face, and the fly is just attacking your ass. That's what she is. She their greatest weapon, and she don't even know she is. She thinks she doing what's best for her kids and her, and she's not. She really do. She think I'm doing what's best for my kids. No, you're not. Denying them kids they father is the worst thing you can do for a human being.
Well, since Kevin Samuels gone, now you got to step up to the plate.
You crazy. They ain't gonna kill my ass. You goddamn crazy. You fucking crazy. I ain't
What's your pages tonight, Kevin Samuels Jr. live?
I don't like these niggas like that. You crazy as hell. Shit.
Somebody got to do it.
Nope.
Somebody.
There's black women. There's black women. I ain't gonna lie. There's black women stepping up and saying Kevin Samuels was right. And there's black men stepping up. See, he was a prophet. What a prophet do, he died. A prophet always die before his time. But his death become a monument. His death become a monument. A prophet, I ain't saying a perfect prophet or nothing in God. I'm talking about he was somebody, his death made a lot of people wake up and they went back and checked out his footage when he died. And they went and checked his footage out. They all went and checked it out. And they said, wait a minute, he was on to something. And black women are stepping up. Black women are going to war with other black women and telling them, like, nah, he was right. And y'all do this shit. Because I know, because I be around y'all. I tell a single man in a heartbeat. You think women are, man, go holler at a chick. See the game she fucking play with you. Like, and she can have 3 kids sitting at home that need a fucking man, a good man in her life. And she gonna play this stupid ass game that she feels she got the right to play. When you're a good black man, when you're a no good nigga, she find a reason to give you some pussy. But when you're a good black man, you don't get a goddamn thing. We gotta start being honest about it. We gotta stop lying about that shit. Start telling them to their face.
Oh.
And I tell all my homies, don't be no stepdad to no regular bitch. Make sure she grateful before you be a stepdad. If she shows any sign of being ungrateful, throw that bitch to the curb. She gotta be grateful. A woman, a widow back in the day, there wasn't no stepdaddies. You never see no stepdaddy in the Bible. When you read the Bible or the Quran, ain't no stepdaddies. There's stepmamas. Ain't no stepdaddy. The only stepdaddy you see is a woman that with a widow. That's a different story. But if you stepping up and taking care of another man's child while he's still living, she need to be on her knees, showing you gratitude. She don't need to even smile the same. She needs to smile like this. Her smile is the motherfucking change. That's how her smile is now. Let you know what's up.
I'm definitely putting this in the Kevin Samuels group, this podcast. They gonna love this one. I'm in one of his groups.
You know the biggest problem when I was married? My ex-wife was so ungrateful. She thought I was lucky when really she was lucky. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you realize I'm taking care of another nigga's kids?
But that's because it was.
I'm a package deal. All that shit women then told her, I'm a package deal. You knew I had kids. The ungrateful shit you saying. Man, I'm so glad I got away from that slut. And I'll tell anybody.
But see,
I'm like, oh, this ungrateful shit you saying.
That's what Kevin Samuels was saying. How men look at women, rather than how women think men look at them. He was waking them up saying, no, he might act like he want to be with you and be nice, but this is how he really feels about you.
Exactly.
That's what he was trying to tell him. This how he was giving them free game. Like, this nigga don't respect you, or this man really don't want to be with you. He's trying to get some, and he don't really want to marry you.
That's what he told him. They'll sleep with you. He said they'll sleep with you, but they ain't gonna marry you.
Yeah.
You ain't qualified for marriage no more. You're not qualified for marriage. That pussy open like a Walmart door, 24 hours a day. Shit, you just walk up to it. It pops open. You're not qualified for marriage. And whoever telling you that's lying to you. You've been lied to. And he right. They have been lied to. It be other black women lying to their motherfucking ass.
You know what's funny too about when he was doing the show before he started talking to women, he was telling men the same thing. He had a man call in, and he asked the man how much he weighed, how much.
I don't want to hear that shit. I know what the fuck he asked that nigga.
Yeah, hold on.
That gay ass shit he did. I told him.
No, it wasn't gay.
That was some bitch ass shit.
But this is what he did. The
he
guy that
he got a big dick. What kind of gay shit is that? I'd never ask a man that.
But he's telling him the truth, like you.
No, that ain't the damn truth. You don't ask a man that.
If you're trying to holler,
that's a man code. You don't ask a man that.
Listen,
I told
if you but just like he kept it real with the women, if you trying to holler at the top tier of women, you either have to have something. You either better be packing or be packing in your pockets.
No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. One thing, another man, men never look
That's
at
okay,
porno
James, because men allowed to tell other men how they can be. Know what I'm saying?
But you never let a woman look at porno.
We built
don't
the
never
patriarchy. Like,
don't
we gotta
never watch
realistic.
porn with your woman and make them crazy.
But
I'm telling men that don't watch porn with your women. It makes them crazy. They'll start craving something that's rare. Do not do that. No, it ain't funny.
Telling
this
these
is real. I'm telling
brothers. And
don't
like, and
do that.
Telling them
hold on,
how they gotta look and what they gotta wear and how they gotta act to pull in. They gonna feel some type of way because that's what they've been having to deal with for so long. You know what I'm saying? Basically, their whole life. So that's just even if a nigga right, because the nigga be right, he be telling them real game and shit they need to hear, but it's just coming from a man, so it's just like they don't want to hear that shit.
That shit was wrong. He's out of line for saying that shit, and I tell anybody, that nigga's out of line. You don't ask a nigga, you got a big dick? You talk like a girl, nigga. Men don't say that to nobody.
But they calling in asking why they ain't getting no women. Well, this is the reason why. The same for the women. You ain't
a man having a big dick don't got nothing to do with him not getting women.
You're overweight. You make 30 grand a year. You're 36 years old. You play video games all day. Don't no woman want no man like that. That's in the top tier. He's right.
Did he ask a nigga if he had a big dick though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fair then. This nigga pretty fair.
Right. What's wrong with that? And you ain't got no money. And you overweight. And you don't work. You work part-time. You don't even have a car. And you want a top-tier woman?
That's not gonna get the ratings up.
No.
You know, a man addressing a woman and telling a woman what she need to do and how she need to act is gonna draw out more emotions.
Right.
So I think he even said this before. He saw his ratings was going up when he was addressing women more, so that's what the fuck he just started doing.
This the thing in society. You could tell a man you don't make enough money, you're overweight, you ain't got a car, you don't have your own place, you ain't got your shit together, you ain't shit. But then when you tell a woman the same thing, it's bashing. So it's a double standard. But Kevin Samuels was being fair because he was telling the men, this is why you're not getting the women you want, because you need to fix these things. The same thing he was telling the women. But it just wasn't popular because men will accept it and they won't argue. Women, the reason why the show got so popular, because women started disagreeing and calling him gay and he's a basher. None of the men said that shit because they accepted accountability. They accepted at the time they didn't qualify for these top tier women. So that's why it made such a good show, because the men accepted accountability and the women didn't. That's why it was such a great show. Because if he didn't piss off the women, he wouldn't have had no show. Just talking to men, we would have never heard of him. For real.
And that woman he pissed off, he took her ass through there, boy. He said, what do you call her? Average at best.
But you know what's crazy? When he blew up off the one lady from North Carolina that made 6 figures and said she wanted a high value man, and he told her average at best and all that. Months later, she found her husband. She humbled herself and ended up finding the damn husband. Simple and plain, because men that have money don't look for women that have money. And women think just because they make money, they're going to find a man with money. That's not how the shit works. So that's what
man, I'll never date a woman that make more money than me.
Shit, I would.
I won't. The last woman I dated was an accountant that made more money than me. She treated me like shit.
The thing is, when you date a woman that have more money than you, if you already got your own vehicle, own place, she can make 10 times more.
James.
But
if you treated me like shit, that was stuck on a toilet bowl.
Women with money only treat men like shit when they're with a man that don't have their shit together.
I had my shit together. She still treated me like shit.
But she can't. But that's if you allow it. Because if you already got your
right,
shit, you don't have to deal with it.
You allowed that shit.
She treated me like shit. That motherfucker was impossible to get along with. I have never seen shit like that in my life.
She had that game proper on you or something.
Man, look, she didn't even want to have sex right. She'll half-ass do it and throw a whole stack of money at me and slap me with it. Pow, shut up.
I'd have took that money and said, thank you.
No, I had money. I was straight, but she was an accountant. She made like $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
And everything, she just thought money could excuse her for anything.
Well, a lot of men think like that too, though.
No, hell no. No, we don't.
Watch men with money, yes, they do.
Watch your mouth, James.
Yes, they do. You tell them, wait. So you telling me men with money don't think they can get away with anything?
They do think they can get away with, but not like women do.
I don't know.
Women just think that she just thought, I never seen no. I said, you got it. She said, I make my own money. I got my own house. I got my own car. You come over here, you a guest. Only thing you could possibly give me is some dick. And when I'm done, when I done got mine, get the fuck out.
Well, either you deal with it or you don't.
I dealt with it for a little while.
See, that's on you.
That motherfucker, let me tell you something. She would come one time. She'll come one time, then she'll shut completely down and go to sleep and get comfortable. Take a shower, come back out and go to sleep. I'm like, what about me? I'm gonna get mine. She's like, I ain't told you. I get mine. You got to figure things out. You better get yours before I get mine. I said, but she said, look, good night.
Sound like she was just a bad person, though.
She was a bad,
right. You just fucking with a crow.
Evil.
She just was a crow ass bird. That's all.
I used to talk to this girl out of state when I lived in Kentucky. When she was 12 years older than me, she had a lot of money, but she didn't act like that at all.
Yeah, shit.
She
Shit.
was just a bad person. She just wasn't a good person.
She wasn't. I realized that, man, you know what? I see why you ain't got nobody. She said, what? I said, I see why you ain't got nobody, man. Shit. I was like, you can keep goddamn we go another round or something. She said, no, once I get mine, I'm exhausted.
Well, that's honestly the majority of them.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
Man, I had a
That's
chick.
about
No.
I had a
70.
21-year-old,
She
man.
just
That
gotta find a
motherfucker
dude
should
that
be
match
coming
her
and
sex
fucking
drive.
coming and fucking.
Sex
Shit,
drive.
hell.
That's about 70%. If you want me to be honest, most women are lazy in bed. That's just me being honest. They
There
You
it
just
is.
gotta match. You gotta find who match your sex drive. She just need a nigga who
I
with a
ain't
low
never heard of
sex drive.
that. Darius, you can tell that man he wrong. Go ahead, tell me wrong, Darius.
most women
You just
are
gotta
lazy.
find somebody to match your sex drive.
Man,
She
it wasn't
just-
even no sex drive thing. She just was
Yeah,
like,
she
when
had a
she
low sex
come,
drive, so she just need a nigga with no sex drive.
she said, once she come, that's it.
Because she felt like
No
since
overtime, nigga. No overtime.
she felt like because she had made a lot of money, had her own car, got a nice place, she can take care of herself, she can treat people how she wants. And when
Exactly.
she end up by herself, she gonna quit that shit.
No, she didn't.
Because what's gonna happen? People that deal with her are just gonna use her. And then when that light bulb goes off in her head, she'll quit that shit.
I was like, you
Karma
can't
don't
go up.
play.
I was like, shit. That shit was horrible. I ain't gonna lie, but she had a lot of money, boy. She had some money, but I'm like, I told myself, I don't want to deal with more money. It ain't
Yeah.
nice. I told myself, I'd rather not deal with that shit. That ain't nice. I don't deal with that shit.
Ain't
No
no
more. Now,
object.
a chick got money, I just be like, well, I said, if you ain't gonna let me goddamn run some game on you and shit, I don't even want you. I don't want to run game on you either. But we gotta have a business set up or something else. It can't be just love. It gotta be something else. We gotta have something else set up. Well, we can bet your money can benefit us. If it's up to you, nope. It ain't gonna be on just love for me. Not when you got money.
What do you think? Now, this is one of the biggest things I've seen about Kevin Samuels in the comments. A lot of women said he was gay.
If he
I
was
could
gay,
see
they
it.
would love him.
I could see it.
If he was gay, they would love him.
No,
They
no,
love gay
no.
men. Black women love gay men.
Not
That
down
nigga
low.
came out on the
They
red
don't.
carpet with
They
that
thought
dress
he was
on. They
down
love
low.
that dude. Huh?
But they thought he was down low though. That's what the thing was. They thought he was down low.
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was too, but I could see why they said that though.
Yeah, because he was bitchy. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie on the man. I said it when he was lying. He was bitchy. Like, he making all
Because
kinds of
he
faces
dressed
and looking
nice and
like
he
he was upset.
articulate.
But he was raised by a single mother. That's why he act like that. And they saying not everybody do that. Some mamas don't play that shit. They make you masculine. But his mama made him a victim of that attitude and that expression because that's all he's seen. That's how he's seen people communicate at a young age. So that's how he communicated with that attitude and that spunky ass little look like he had. So I almost like talking to a woman. It was. I told nigga, I said that nigga like talking to a woman. The way he say shit and the way he got an attitude when people giving their opinion, the way he be looking. Don't cut me off and cutting them off the whole time.
Yeah.
He was bad
It's
about that
his
shit.
show. You can't cut it.
It don't matter, James.
His
You can't.
mannerisms is feminine,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
I'm trying to say.
nigga. Yeah, he
It
be
don't
having
matter. And who
like
show
just
it
the way
is?
he react and how his attitude is. He got a little bit of femininity in him. I don't think
Yeah,
he's gay
definitely.
though.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
But
I'm not saying that he gay, but I'm just
his,
saying
Yeah, I don't
like
think he's gay.
we got look. We got to start pushing this. You know what I'm saying? We got to start BLM. Behave like a man. BLAM. We got to start pushing that called blam. Behave like a man. We got to push that shit. And a boy, like Darius said, if a boy ain't got his father in his life, you got an obligation to give him some man game. Just something that gonna keep him from killing himself or destroying himself in the process.
Right.
So he right about that. I agree. I gave my stepson a lot of game.
but see, this the thing. Like I was saying on the previous show, to have that male figure around them for the women. If you have a son and his dad and his life don't want to be, the male figure don't have to be somebody you're involved with. It could be a friend or a family member.
You crazy
That's
as hell. She gonna give me that pussy when be goddamn dealing with her bastard. You got me fucked up.
what if y'all
James,
related?
don't talk no more, James.
What if
Just
they
don't talk no more.
no?
Write me
Because
a letter,
think about it.
a comic book
Think
or
about
something.
it.
Don't talk no more.
Back in the day, they had the Big Brother program. They had programs like that to where an older guy that was mature that could show him how to be a man that wasn't involved with his mama can teach him how to
You
be a man.
fucking crazy. I gotta dominate her and I gotta help her with her son. You gotta give me that pussy.
That's what the black community needed when it's non-physical.
If she ain't got no man, I want that pussy. And then I help you with your child. I don't care. Say what you want. I'm not no football coach. I want that. The football coach fuck all the single mamas. He picked the single mamas he want. Hell no. Just be nice to my son. Don't let him get hurt. Okay, Coach Tim.
And let him play, knowing damn well he can't play worth a damn.
I know. They didn't lost the whole goddamn season. They didn't lost the whole damn season.
They losing every game because this shitty ass nigga starting this shit.
Yeah. That's
the
funny.
best player on the team got a clean jersey and shit, never play. Because his mama won't get a pussy up. Why he don't play? Because he come from a happy home, a married couple. That single parent mama over there, that boy need us.
That's funny.
Shit. But I'm just saying, like, Nah, the woman gotta give me something in return. And I don't want no money. She already know she ain't got no man. I ain't got nobody. Hey, you already know. Pop that pussy for a real nigga.
But see, that's another thing he was doing. He was trying, like you said earlier, he was trying to cut out that whole stepdaddy thing.
Yeah, you got
He was trying to tell him that if the man gets you before he gets you pregnant, you're supposed to demand marriage.
Yeah.
Demand the ring. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. But this the thing. This the only problem with that.
Uh-oh.
Men ain't about to demand ring for no sex.
Uh-oh.
Because you can just get it from somebody else.
Nah, now we got an organized system. You want to know what we really need to do in this country? You really want to know?
What's that?
We need to make polygamy legal and make prostitution legal. Put them bitches in a corner. Either you gonna be a man's third wife or his fourth wife because you're a cheating ass slut, or you gonna go sell that thing on the streets.
But America ain't built.
Yes, it is. Man, stop talking crazy, James.
No, the only way you're gonna have more than one wife is if you can afford to.
Of course.
We can't afford that
but
shit.
If you can't afford it, you're gonna send one of your wives out there to go get some money for the family. I said prostitution and polygamy.
That ain't gonna work.
Okay, listen, James. Say my ex-wife, and I found out she was fucking other niggas. I was like, no, they gotta pay me. Now you gotta go sell that pussy because prostitution is illegal. Now you want to be out there fucking a lot of niggas. Now you gotta sell that shit. You can still be my wife, but I'll never touch you again. You can clean the bathrooms and burp the babies and shit for my other wives. I'll never touch you again, but you gotta bring money into this house. Now you like to be a hoe? I'm gonna let you be one. But you're gonna be my third wife. I ain't never gonna divorce you for the sake of my son. My son needs to see his mama every day. So I ain't gonna never divorce you, but you gotta live in a dog house. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Brian Sniffles in the house.
That ain't gonna work.
This Jessica's space now.
You asking the same women who are not cooperative and submissive to be a third wife.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
Yes, it will.
Y'all time out though. Time out. Y'all generalizing like a motherfucker. Y'all act like every woman walking this earth act the same way and think the same way.
No,
pimps exist, right?
Of course.
There's a reason why a pimp exists.
I know. Break it down.
They know the psychological aspects and levels of a woman. Women think differently. So he can pick and choose and see his target. Like you're right, Daryl. women choose. That's what they do. But men are the hunters. They
Mhm.
got to go hunt and see who gonna be choosing and what's they type and where they mental at and what they capable of. Are they capable of being in a polygamous relationship? Can I turn her out? Can I put her on the block? Can I only wife this girl?
That's right.
It's a lot of psychological levels to women. That's why, like, you can't just generalize women like that, nigga.
That's right. You hear him, James?
It ain't gonna happen.
I ain't saying it gonna happen.
It ain't gonna
I said
happen.
that what they need to do. They need to make prostitution
It
legal
sounds good,
wait,
but it
wait,
ain't
wait,
gonna
wait, wait,
happen.
wait, 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 wait. As long as prostitution is illegal, hoes gonna pretend like they wives and destroy families. They ain't got no choice.
Okay.
But if you make
That
prostitution legal, most of these girls that go on these summer vacations be selling pussy all over the country.
yeah, but that don't mean they gonna be a second and third wife.
But even I just use that as an example, James, just talking about the mental I went from the highest level from a woman that only want monogamous relationship to like the lowest level, which would be like a sex worker. But you got people in between who don't want monogamy. They might like women too, and they might like men. So that's their end to have their relation. It's different. People don't all think the same way. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta hunt and then let the women choose.
And let me tell you something. What if they said divorce is illegal? Divorce is illegal. So if you marry somebody, you got to stay with them. First thing. Prostitution is legal. Polygamy is legal. But you cannot get a divorce once you marry a person.
Most
See,
people
me
want
ain't
to
gonna
get
be sitting
married.
they then that when women get married, me ain't gonna be sitting they bitches. They sure live. They gonna a bitch that they catch cheating. They gonna say, okay, now you gotta sell that shit since you like to pass it out to niggas that don't deserve it. Now you gotta make me some money with it.
But the reason why they would never do that is because they make too much money when you got to go to court to get divorced, and when all that shit you got to
He
pay
ain't
for,
listening. He ain't listening.
they,
Listen, Darius.
it's a money game.
Darius.
What?
He froze up, bro. He ain't
Why do you
listening.
why do you think they allow in marriages when you get divorced? Why do you think they allow the woman to get alimony, 50% of your pay? It's all a
Because
money game.
no, it ain't even a money grab. Because back in the day, women like they weren't working the workforce. So when a woman got married, they had to set up laws and guidelines for if she got divorced. Because say she was married for like 20 years or so and ain't developed no career, ain't get no retirement money on her own. You know what I'm saying? She was relying on the man for work because that's what the men did. They went to work and women were in the household. So say they decided to get divorced after 20 years. She literally don't got shit. She don't got no trade to fall back on. She don't have nothing. So that's why they set up alimony and shit like that.
So why isn't that void in today's world? Because women work just like men do. So why do we still need alimony?
Nigga, because they ain't changed the laws. Nigga, why we still
Fuck
got
the
the
law.
second?
They did change the law.
We,
You got women make more than men. Women have actual rights now. Women can vote.
I'm saying they didn't change the law.
Well,
They
they
just
need
changed.
to because women doing more. Women can do the same job me and you do.
I
Get
know
paid
they
the same,
can
and
now,
we do
nigga. I'm
more
saying
labor
they just the government ain't changed the law, nigga.
because it's
That's
a
just
money
what it
grab.
is.
You got to go to court, pay court costs. You got to pay a lawyer. Then you got to pay alimony and child support. So,
Well, James, in general, court is a money grab. So
right,
anything to do with any type of court situation in the history of this motherfucking 13 colonies breaking away and being Benedict Arnolds from Britain, it's a motherfucking money grab. These niggas is some hustlers and finesse. Our forefathers is some hustling and finessing ass motherfuckers. So anything that got to go through the court system or legal system, they getting some money out your ass.
right. That's all it's
So
about.
it's everything is about that. So I'm saying it ain't just about the marriage shit. That the alimony and all that shit was for a real legitimate reason though, because women wasn't fucking working
Right.
because it wasn't allowed to work, nigga.
But they've been
But
allowed to
they
work for
can
years.
now though. You right though.
Right.
But that's why we got prenuptial agreements and shit like that. So niggas just gotta set themselves up
Shit,
to
you still get
succeed. They
screwed with
can't
that
be
because
fucking in love and pussy whipped and be just letting her have her way and get anything she want. No, nigga, make her sign that paperwork that if we done and over with, you don't get shit from me, or you getting X amount. Niggas don't be wanting to do that. They don't put their foot down. That's what they do. We gotta have some accountability. Nigga, put your foot down.
Even with a prenup, look, shit, Dr. Dre still got screwed over. You still get screwed over with a prenup because they act like that shit don't exist when you sign one. That shit don't
I think if you like, because I think Dr. Dre was doing some fruity shit on the low, and she had some dirt on that nigga for real.
I don't know.
I think that's what that
What?
was.
You didn't know Dr. Dre was gay?
But I think if you have a legit prenup,
James, you didn't know that
everything is written,
even if he was
in contract form.
Even if he was,
that's the thing. Women can cheat and still gonna get alimony. They can go do what they want to do, and you still got to pay them. So if he was, and he's the breadwinner, and she's a lawyer, ain't like she was broke.
even if he was, a woman found out her husband fucking another man, she got a right to divorce his ass. She's supposed to get shit.
I didn't say she didn't. But you also got to remember he's been accused of abusing other women prior before her, so she should have never married the man in the first place. It was a money grab. So let's be honest.
Yeah. And she
Like
got her
said,
money.
Don't make
I'm
excuses.
finna get off here, man. I enjoyed the conversation. Talk to y'all later. Y'all
all right, we getting off here Sunday. We with Kevin Justice at Deluxe Auto Spa. We got an open discussion. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about the record labels, RICO charges, the Young Thug case, and some other things. All right? So follow the Hit Show podcast. We out of here.
I'm out.